Shit's giving me Steins Gate vibes. You try so hard to save them, but you just can't. I suppose you could say time is just stronger than you, and it kicks your fucking ass. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's not too late. Do not hesitate when the time comes. And welcome back to click link episode 5. I have returned to watch some more time travel. Previously on episode 4, we continued off from the same storyline. We're basically going for a 3-episode story, I'm guessing. Maybe even more, I don't know. Maybe the first two episodes were kind of like small stories to set us up for the main big one. Who knows? But I can tell you what we learned in episode 4, which I will now tell you. In episode 4, we learned of critical nodes. Basically, Lou gave us a good explanation, maybe not the best explanation, but like still a decent explanation of how the whole timeline thing works and what they can change, what they can't change. I was asking the question of why are they even going back in time to give these messages to this guy's acquaintances back in the past if they don't intend to change anything anyway, because you know that's kind of how they work, right? They don't go back into the past to change things. They go back into the past to give information about the past. They did, however, do a small thing where I think they gave someone or they like made a promise to someone in the past to meet in the future. Like, instead of changing something in the past, you instead tell this person, hey, let's meet 10 years from now at this time in this location, right? You're using the past to set up the future, or the present, I suppose. I think you can get away with that, unless it's something super big, like death, for instance, right? In any case, I think I'm just gonna jump into the next episode and we'll see how it goes.
Now, tragic news out of Function. At approximately 8:30 in the evening, an earthquake struck the county. Its magnitude was 7.8.
Let's listen to that again, actually.
With one exception, the timeline we know is made up of important nodes.
Important distinction to make. The timeline that we know, which means that there could be things in our timeline that we don't know.
You might accidentally alter something before one of these points, but you're fine if the critical event still happens. History will play out as it's supposed to.
Now, tragic news out of Function. At approximately 8:30 in the evening, an earthquake struck the county. Its magnitude was 7.8, resulting in the mountain's collapse, among other disasters. Rescuers arrived within 4 hours of the earthquake, and we're told many survivors have been found. Unfortunately, it's impossible to know just how many people have been affected by this event.
The reason you let me change things, it doesn't matter what I tell them because they're all doomed. They die in the quake.
Come back now before you make a terrible mistake! Listen to me. Death is an important node that must not be changed. No matter how hard this is, you can't alter their fates. The chaos that would cause. Think, damn it! The future that we now know could completely disappear.
The better question is, how does he know this? Has he gone through this before? Somehow? Have they tried? I mean, look, I'm not saying that if I got the power that I would try to change the past, because I mean, I'm smart enough to realize without trying that you don't mess with time. But I would try certain things. I would test the limits. I would try to test them in a safe environment, as safe as I could possibly make it. But I would definitely still test the power out.
Let her go.
You don't have a fever, unless I've got one too.
No, I just forgot to tell Cap something important earlier. I'll be right back.
This isn't the way it's supposed to play out. If you start telling everyone about the earthquake, it'll cause a panic. Things could play out worse than they already do.
Wait, they showed the earthquake and then there was the rubble of the building and then emergency people trying to like look for survivors. Was that their house? They're right there? Seriously? Are they? I thought it was about, you know, his parents. I guess his parents also died in that earthquake, but I didn't even realize that they were talking about this woman as well.
He's a growing boy, you know. He needs hearty meals.
These kids are obsessed with playing basketball. I don't get it.
Oh, hey, why are you here? Hurry. Run away! Are you not?
Or is it their building? Is this the building that we saw in the news? I mean, this is a lot worse than just changing a basketball game, right? I mean, I wonder if in this world, because this kind of changes with different stories and stuff. I wonder what type of timey-wimey time travel stuff we're talking about in this story. Like, for instance, right, do we have fate in this story? Like, you know, no matter what you do, things are going to turn out the same way? I don't think so necessarily, but at the same time, as I mentioned last episode, with history and stuff, it could very well be that your changing of the past was meant to happen. Thus, it was allowed. But if it's not meant to happen, then no matter what you try, you can't change it. Make sense, right?
Are you the one to blame for his injury?
No,
Yeah,
that's not
kinda.
the case. Everyone's in danger.
What are you trying to pull here? Start talking, young
I mean,
man.
what is...
Yeah, gotta admit I'm confused.
True, like, even if you want to change things, like, how do you convince people of an incoming danger that no one knows is coming? How, like, you know, people will just think you're a crazy person. Now, personally, I'm the type of person that if I see someone, you know, coming to warn me, or someone who seems to know something that no one else does, or see something that no one else can, most normal people would think, wow, that guy is crazy. I would think, what if they're right? What if they are seeing something that we cannot see? You know, what if they have knowledge that we don't have? So I would always think of the what ifs. The potential what ifs.
Go! Take your sister and get as far away from this town as you can, please!
But I mean, you have to have some sort of plan here.
The next tournament's in 2 weeks.
They're not gonna believe you without some sort of like...
Anymore. The school already decided to tear down the court. Today was our last game.
What? Teach didn't mention that. You're lying.
Tonight at 8:30, there will be an earthquake. Hey, your dad's in the city. You need to call him. Tell him you're ready to move in now.
Have you been contacting your father behind my back, making plans to move away?
No, I haven't decided yet.
You little sneak! You wanna go?
Jesus, bro.
Is that why he's here? If you choose to follow this heartless bastard, then I'll disown you.
She just said she hasn't decided.
You see what's happening here? What if all of this happened in the past already? I wonder if they're doing that now. Where he's trying to change things, or like, you know, save them, but at the same time ruining his relationship with all of them, I guess, trying to save them. And then it could be that they go back into the present and then things were always that way. I'm waiting for that to happen.
One of you wants to play games in the city. The other wants to study there. But who cares what your mother might want?
Enough. You're making a scene.
Perfect. Why don't we let our neighbors decide who's right and who's wrong here?
Your actions could cause pandemonium, making the timeline unpredictable. Can't save those who die tonight, but it's quite possible you could get more people killed. Be smart.
What was that he said about an earthquake? Where'd he hear that?
Well, it's quite possible you can get more people killed, yes. That is true, but it's also quite possible to get less people killed. If one is possible, then the other is also possible.
Be true. Although it does feel strange.
Logically, right?
How in the hell would you know there's going to be an earthquake?
Well,
Just say something, like, I don't know, I just do. In these situations, you don't explain things, you kind of just leave things vague and then leave. Just say, like, in this case, I would be like, it doesn't matter, I just do, okay? I can't explain why right now, but I just do. I'll explain after the earthquake. Just leave things vague. Tell them that, oh, I have a reason why I know this, but I can't tell you right now. I'll tell you after the event happened, giving some more believability to it, right? Like saying, like, because if you say, oh, I just do, or, oh, I don't have I can't, like, you know, like, if you just make it seem like you're just spouting bullshit without any kind of, like, proof or anything, or without any kind of good source, then no one's gonna believe you. You gotta just make it believable. What the fuck? What is he doing, 360s or something? Spin move, spin move, spin move. What? What did he say? Oh, I read about it in a magazine, right? That's not a good... I guess he made the decision to, like, play it off as a joke. To push things back, I guess. And now everyone's gonna be like, he was just joking, nothing. It was just a stupid joke, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. If there's even one person who's like, he seemed a little too freaked out for it to be a joke. Like maybe there was more going on there. Let's prepare just in case. And all of a sudden, you've changed the past. I mean, this guy looks like he's going through some insane shit, right?
Oh, going already? Make sure you study hard and exercise that brain of yours. Maybe that way this won't happen to you again.
I mean, dude. He tried to play it off as a joke or something, some bullshit from a magazine, but the way he was acting, if I was his friend, if I was someone who liked him, like the girl, I would be like, that did not look like a joke, right? Like, he's not the type to joke about shit like that, while he's looking like he's full of desperation. He's not that type of person, right?
I want to save these people. It's not fair. We can't do that. It's their fate. They die. Stay strong. Keep going.
One person. You have to let me save his mother. Please, I'm begging you. There has to be a way that she can survive.
There is, actually. The Steins Gate solution, most likely. Deceive time, probably the best solution. But, and I mean, if you haven't seen Steins Gate, I recommend watching it. And I'm not going to say what the solution is, because, I mean, there is a solution, but, I mean, it depends. It depends. Because the thing is, whenever time travel is involved, there's always loopholes. There's always things you can do.
Earthquake?
To get around
I heard about it when I went to Lu Hongbin.
the limitations.
The town's freaking out, so we've got to get out of here fast.
We can't just leave. At least let me throw some stuff in a bag.
So what does Chen Shao think about you studying in the city?
I don't know and I don't care.
Why did you tell him then?
It's past 8. Do your homework without my help.
There'll be an earthquake tonight at 8:30.
Exactly, right? If I was this guy, or just anybody, I would remember 8:30. Maybe I'll just in case, look out for 8:30, right? Like, just in case. Where's the harm in that, right? Just in case, you know, just be ready during that time. If it doesn't happen, then, great. Nothing happened. It was a joke. But, you know.
We won't need this stuff if we're dead. Take this seriously.
Okay, I hear you. I'm almost done.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Son, wait. What's cutting into you?
What do you mean, earthquake, bro?
That earthquake. It was just a story, right?
Better safe than sorry.
You know, for a second there, I actually believed this little prank of yours. Aren't you getting too old to be playing hide and seek?
What's happening? Shouldn't we feel shaken right now?
Not yet.
Oh wait.
8:30. Yep. This is what I thought was gonna happen. Something is going to happen where she's going to still die. Like I was thinking like they're both under the table, right? But she still somehow, like maybe half of the table gets crushed or something, and she still dies, right? That's what I was thinking. He only survived because he was under the table, but like at the same time, you know, it's one of those things where it's not that simple to save someone from death in the past.
Don't. I'll go get it for you.
Ooh, or you could just stay under the table until 8:30, you know? Like, how about we don't? Because I'm thinking again, he's gonna, oh, I'll get her for you, and then he's gonna survive, and then the mother dies. Oh, there we go.
Hide under something, quick!
I'm still guessing that the mother is gonna die. Oh, or maybe they're gonna do the whole thing that I was saying a few episodes ago, where he's gonna go through death. The guy's gonna die. He's gonna get thrown back into the past, and then we find out that the guy had died 10 years ago, or something. Or the mother is gonna die, still, and he's gonna be super sad and depressed because the mother is dead. Yeah, the mother basically saves him, but dies in the process, or something.
I'm fine. Just a little tired.
Oh yeah.
Need to rest.
Remember, if this is too hard for you, you can always jump out.
Your mama's right here to keep you safe. I'm sorry, son. I hope that you know just how much you mean to me. We've had some hard times. My temper was short.
You're killing our son!
I only know a few recipes to pass on. The ones your father loved. I never studied a lot. There isn't much else I can teach you. The only thing I can do is support my two favorite people so you can live the lives you want to lead. When you have to blow gently tonight. Birds, you have
Stay with me, Mom. I'm scared.
Mommy's here. You'll be safe, I promise. Rest your eyes. For now, my little baby is asleep and dreaming.
His eyes are just like his mother's. So bright.
Yeah, well.
Make sure the rock doesn't collapse.
Please, sir, you have to stay back.
This is my house, damn it! My family might be inside! Alive? You just have to wake her up. Help her. Save her.
This is where we part. Farewell, my dearest.
Welp. It seems... Man, shit's giving me Steins Gate vibes. Again, you know, kind of Sag vibes. You try so hard to save them, but you just can't. Because time, I suppose you could say, time is just stronger than you. And it kicks your fucking ass. You think you think you're changing time? No, you're changing time because time allows you to change time. But at the end of the day, if fate says that she gotta die, then she gotta die. She gonna die. This show good, bro. This show good. Show good. Show be good.
I'm sorry.
Why did you lie to me? Why did you want his mom to die?
So that the future wouldn't change.
I don't understand. What was the point of delivering all those messages if we didn't end up saving anyone?
I think I asked in the first episode, which was if they take over the person in the past, does the person in the future have those memories of what they did, you know? Like the black-haired kid goes into the past, into the picture, into the person. Let's say they get information or whatever, right? And let's say they go somewhere and do something. Like for instance, right? Will the guy that, you know, the black-haired kid was in, the guy with the glasses, will that guy remember in the future, or rather in the present, I suppose, that he went to you know, the guy, the basketball captain, and the sister's house, and told them about the earthquake? Will he remember that event? Because I don't think that was in the original timeline, right? Will he now remember that, oh yeah, I went to try to tell them of this earthquake? Like, will he now have these memories? In that way, if he does have those memories, it could be a thing where you know, he just doesn't regret as much. He doesn't have as many regrets as he used to have because he didn't say what needed to be said, and now he did, right? You didn't really change what happened. You just you said things that you didn't say the first time. It's almost like, you know, if someone dear to you dies and you didn't get to say goodbye, or you said something bad instead and then they died, and now you regret it, right? You go back into the past. You don't change the fact that they die, but you maybe just say goodbye, or you don't say those bad things to them before they die. You say something good instead, and then they still die, but at least now your conscience is clear. So maybe in that way, that was the point.
No. Listen, you know the rules. We go to the past, but we leave it like we found it.
I ran across this while I was cleaning the house yesterday, buried in a box. I thought it was destroyed, but...
Buried in a box?
Hi, are you able to develop pictures from an older camera here?
Sure. What kind of film are we talking?
Well, it's actually still inside the camera.
Don't question what's happened, or the future will be altered. Because of us.
Oh wait, I forgot something important.
No! Don't! I'll go get it for you.
Grab your dad's camera, then come right back.
I've been dreaming about the game with Long Yang recently. I get subbed in. I dunk and throw three-pointers, and we end up winning.
Joe! How about a game?
So he does kind of semi-remember.
Thank you, Captain. You've given me treasured memories of a true friendship.
Oh my god. My brain was just going over the events what had just occurred. Basically what happened was exactly what I said might have happened. He was at the grave, and then there was the box. In the box they found the camera. Why was the camera in the box? Why did the camera survive the earthquake? Because the mother told him to get the camera. Yes? Why did the mother tell him to get the camera? Because she was rushed under the table. Because she didn't take it with her. Which means she always died like that. Or at least most likely. Which means the black-haired kid going into the past and trying to get her under the table or rushing her under the table, that was always a part of the past. That's how it always happened. In other words, she was rushed under the table. She was like, hey, go get your father's camera. He goes, gets the camera. You know, mother dies. The camera survives because of that, because of all those events. Then camera gets to the guy 10 years later, or whatever the fuck, and then taken to the black-haired kid, who then develops the pictures, and then they go through the pictures, or, you know, go into the past again, and then it's a loop. It's not like a time loop, but like the future happened because the past happened, and the past happened because the future happened.
What are you two doing? Huh? Don't you have work?
I think we need a break. Trust me, it'll end up being good for business in the long run.
And you agree? You're pooped out too? Fine, rest. Just give me a heads up when you're done.
Excuse me. I'm looking for an old witch who can enter the past through photos.
Nope, there's no such thing here. Definitely no one old. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but best of luck on your search.
I'm with the police.
Well, I'm guessing we might be able to revisit some serial killers, some potential serial killers in the next episode. At the end of the day, what I was talking about kind of happened, right? Death is not that easy to prevent back in the past. They go back into the past and they think that they're changing things, but what I think is actually happening is that the way they are changing things was always meant to happen. Every time that they think that they have changed something, whether it's big or small, I actually think that most likely that was always meant to happen. But, I mean, again, it's hard to say. Shit like this is always complicated and hard to tell exactly. Somehow, you know, this show can just make me care. Maybe it's like the desperation. The raw emotion that the characters show, like just straight up crying, the very like, I mean, being in a situation where you're fucking buried under rubble, you know that your mother here is going to die, right? And you know that even though you tried, like, she's still gonna die. You can't really change it. It is what it is. Maybe it's the art style, or I don't know. It's strange, because, like, all these characters, I mean, they look basic, but somehow they're so unique. You know? They just kind of, they're so different from, they're basic, but they look so different from each other, to the point where it actually seems more realistic than other anime. You know, I see this character, we barely got anything about this girl. We barely got anything with her, and I care about her. Same with the captain guy. I mean, the captain guy, kind of a jock, you know, kind of a but again, somehow, even though he's so generic, somehow end up caring. I don't know how they do it, but like, this show just does characters, and they do the characters so well that I end up caring. And that's saying something, considering it's me. It takes a lot for me to start caring about characters. But yeah, in any case, I hope you enjoyed episode 5 of Timey-Wimey's Superhero Photo Man, and I shall see you in episode 6